What if I told you that the beast lurking in the shadows of human history is not merely a creature of fiction, but a mirror reflecting our deepest fears, sins, and secrets? For millennia, the werewolf has prowled through the annals of civilization, not as a figment of imagination, but as a haunting reality to those who believed. This is not a tale of Hollywood monsters or campfire scares. This is the untold saga of how the wolf within man clawed its way into our myths, our laws, and our nightmares. From cursed kings to blood-soaked trials, from whispered rituals to unspeakable transformations, tonight, we journey into the moonlit labyrinth of the werewolf legend. But be warned, what you discover here will challenge everything you thought you knew about the line between beast and man. Historical origins, the first howls. Long before silver bullets and full moons, the werewolf myth festered in the cradle of civilization itself. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, etched into Mesopotamian clay tablets over 4,000 years ago, the goddess Ishtar transforms a shepherd into a wolf, a punishment for rejecting her advances. This was no mere story. To the ancients, it was a divine warning, humanity's fragility in the face of forces beyond control. But the Greeks wove a tale even darker. Meet Lycaon, the Arcadian king who dared to test Zeus. According to Ovid's Metamorphoses, Lycaon served the god a feast of human flesh, a child's flesh. Enraged, Zeus obliterated Lycaon's palace and transformed him into a wolf, condemning him to eternally crave the meat he'd once profaned. Here, the werewolf was born not as a monster, but as a moral abomination. A symbol of humanity's capacity for savagery when stripped of divinity. Yet the most chilling truth lies in the Norse Ulfheina, Viking warriors who donned wolf pelts and entered blood frenzies so intense, they were said to transcend humanity. These wolf-coated berserkers blurred the line between man and beast long before medieval Europe trembled at the wolf's snarl. They were living weapons, feared not for magic, but for the raw, primal terror they unleashed on the battlefield. Medieval Europe, when the church hunted wolves in human skin. By the 16th century, Europe was drowning in paranoia. Witch trials consumed the continent, but lesser known were the Werewolf Trials, a frenzy of fear that accused hundreds of transforming into beasts. In 1521, the French town of Poligny tried Pierre Bergot and Michel Verdun, who confessed under torture to rubbing their bodies with a diabolical ointment, becoming wolves to devour children. Their execution. Burned alive, their ashes scattered to the wind. But the most infamous case was Peter Stump, the werewolf of Bedburg. In 1589, German authorities claimed Stump made a pact with the devil, gaining a girdle that turned him into a wolf. He allegedly terrorized the countryside for 25 years, murdering and cannibalizing victims, including his own son. His trial records, dripping with lurid detail, describe his execution: flesh torn with red-hot pincers, limbs broken, and finally beheaded. His corpse was displayed on a wheel as a warning. Yet modern historians whisper a darker truth. Stump was likely a scapegoat, a wealthy farmer whose land was coveted by the church. Meanwhile, in Livonia, the Benandanti, a secret society of wolf walkers, claimed to battle witches in spectral wolf form to protect harvests. The Inquisition, baffled by their pagan rituals, branded them heretics. Here, the wolf was not a villain, but a protector, a duality that reveals the hysteria of an age where faith and fear were indistinguishable. Folklore's fangs, curses, cannibals, and cryptic pacts. Venture into the mist-shrouded forests of France, and you'll hear of the Beast of Gévaudan. From 1764 to 1767, a creature slaughtered over 100 people, evading bullets and hunters. Witnesses described it as a wolf, but larger, smarter, with a human-like cunning. Was it a man-beast hybrid? A nobleman's twisted experiment? To this day, its identity remains a riddle drenched in blood. crossed the Atlantic to the American Southwest, and the Navajo speak of skinwalkers, witches who wear animal skins to become wolves. To utter their name is to invite death. But in Estonia, folklore tells of Liberhunt, wolves summoned by sorcerers to punish the guilty. Their howls were considered omens, a death sentence carved into the night. Perhaps the most unsettling legend comes from Serbia, the volkodlak, a werewolf cursed to rise from the grave. Families would dismember suspected volkodlaks, stuffing their mouths with garlic or bricks to silence their eternal hunger. These weren't stories. They were survival manuals for a world where the dead could claw back to life. Science and the savage mind. In 1853, Spanish doctor Juan Gómez Alonso made a chilling discovery: rabies outbreaks often coincided with werewolf panics. Victims, driven mad by the virus, exhibited animalistic aggression, aversion to water, and hypersalivation, mirroring descriptions of lycanthropy. Was the wolf curse merely a disease? Then there's hypertrichosis, the werewolf syndrome. In the 16th century, Petrus Gonsalvus, a man covered in hair, was gifted to King Henry II of France as a court curiosity. His children inherited his condition, becoming living wolf people studied by physicians. For centuries, genetic anomalies like theirs fed the myth that some humans were born half-beast. But the mind itself can birth monsters. Clinical lycanthropy, a rare delusion, causes sufferers to believe they transform into wolves. In 1591, German butcher Hans Wehr claimed his bones cracked and fur sprouted each full moon. Modern psychiatry diagnoses him as psychotic, yet his confession mirrors countless medieval accounts. The line between madness and myth. Razor thin. Legacy, the wolf that never dies. From Marie de France's 12th century Bisclavret, a knight trapped in wolf form by his treacherous wife, to Hollywood's The Wolf Man, the werewolf endures because it embodies our primal duality. It is the beast we fear we might become, the hunger we dare not name. But consider this: in 2021, archaeologists in Bulgaria unearthed a 3,000-year-old skeleton pinned to the earth with an iron stake through its chest, a vampire burial. Yet locals whispered another truth: the stake was meant to trap a varkalak, a Slavic wolf demon. Even in death, the curse lingered. The werewolf is more than a monster. It is a relic of humanity's oldest struggle, the battle to suppress the wildness within. Every trial, every fang-marked legend, every shiver at the moon's glow, they are echoes of a time when the dark forest pressed closer, and the howl outside might truly be your neighbor, or your own reflection. So the next time you hear a wolf's cry in the night, ask yourself, is it the beast we should fear, or the men who believed in it? The hunt for the truth never ends. Stay curious. Stay wary. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Until next time.